Yeah, before I take off the element here and see what's going on, I'm going to see if this tube is clogged, and also kind of check out the pressure stat and clean them first before I try to do anything else, before I get too crazy here. I have determined this is a 110 element, so hopefully I can save it, and maybe then we can use the money toward replacing the base, which really needs it. So that tightens it. So we want to go the opposite direction here and make it loose. This is an element, or this is a pressure stat which you really haven't seen before. But when I look at the pictures of these machines, this is pretty vintage. This is original to the machine. So that's not an issue. It'd be nice if we can reuse it. If not, this pressure stat can, if it is just a pressure stat that's bad, we can keep the element and clean the tube. And boy, this is really tight still on here. I thought I could hand loosen it, but it's not working. And if you can see all this going on in here. Boy, it can't be too much more. Can't be threaded on that far. There we go, broke loose. Let's take the spade connectors off here. And there's a pressure stat. And there is some clogging inside here. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if we can see back here. So, and then this one here, this tube is the one that usually is the issue. Let's set this aside and get the necessary tools to see if we can clear out that tube. So it's always good to have a round assortment of brushes, of these bottle brushes. This one's actually nylon, this one's brass, these are stainless, and then this one here is, I think, just metal itself. So the size that I think, I'm going to try this one first, since it's got a handle on it, and see if we can get into this tube. This is actually made to clean a steam wand. That's not going to go up in there. Let's try the smallest that I have here. Let's try this nylon one. I'm getting some water starting to come out of it, so obviously, if you can see in there very well. I guess you can. That's not going to go. Let's try the brass one. This is the copper tube here. Doesn't want to go. So I think that tube is really it's even smaller than this. So I don't think I have anything any smaller to try. Get in there. Maybe I can try with a piece of wire. Thought I'd try pushing this copper wire up into here. See how far it might go. I think this is like a 14 gauge wire. It's got some insulation on it, so it may not go. But let's see how far we can get. It's made it this far. That's how far up we made it to right here, to that bend. It'd be nice if I had some uninsulated wire to push up into there. It looks like all the uninsulated wire I have is long or bigger gauge. I could strip this wire. I'll come back on. Well, let's try this again. I've stripped some more of the wire off, so it's actually thinner. Yeah, but it's got a bend on its own as it goes up and around. I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to do here. Trying to see if this is clogged. seems like this wire should, it worked before, should be able to, I'm afraid this thing may be clogged. If that's the case, I might have to take it off from here and kind of redo things from there, and try to push it back halfway this way, then halfway that way. This is a little bit harder to take off because it's, I'll have to rebend it. It's really bent really nicely right now, but I'll have to rebend it to make sure that it clears everything as it turns. So that's how far I got again. It's about the same distance as before. And we do need to make sure that's cleaned out. So let's try something else.